Clairvy once asked me what a real home looks like, but I had no answer for her. How could any of us know the answer when the House of the Hearth is made up entirely of people who never had a place to call home? By killing Crucibina, I was able to assume the identity of father and rebuild the house under a new set of rules. Still, I'm well aware that even with these efforts, the house is far from that ideal. As for what a real home truly looks like, I suppose that question is best put to the side for now. Perhaps one day, Linny will be able to give me a new answer. Lynette's uniquely calm personality is also her strength, and I believe she is more than clever enough to recognize that. She's an irreplaceable part of that little team of 3, and I would imagine that role brings her much joy. As her father, my duty is merely to give her the space to put those talents to good use. Fremine has a complex mind and often hides his emotions. He blames himself for things that aren't his doing and allows them to eat away at his conscience. I would imagine the other children might find it difficult to understand his manner of thinking. But you seem to share a similar delicate sensibility. Perhaps you two would make good friends.
Father gave us a family, raised us, and told each of us what we should work towards. In turn, what I can do is very simple. Remain loyal and protect our home. Ours is a kingdom consisting only of children, and Father is our king. No king rules forever, of course, and I know that one day I will be chosen as Father's successor. But that also terrifies me. Please don't mention this to anyone, especially my sister and Fremine. You think my sister doesn't talk much? Oh, she's probably just not in the right mode. Next time, start by saying activate chat mode to her. If you're lucky, she might have a great deal of things to say to you. And if you're not lucky, well, she'll just stare for a while, but hey, at least you'll get to see a different side of her. My sister and I have always been inseparable. There's no hardship we can't overcome as long as we're together, and similarly, we share all our joys with each other. There's nothing in the world I treasure more than my family, so I know what it must be like for you. And if I find out anything at all that might help you, I'll be sure to let you know. My naive little brother still believes in fairy tales. I envy him, really. Just to be clear, though, he didn't actually tell me that. I just happened to see what he keeps in his secret drawer once. Really, it was an accident. So please don't tell him, or he'll get mad at me for sure.
I have always been together with Linny, and we can tell what the other's thinking without speaking. Thus, he tends to be more quiet than normal when we are alone. Oh, can I tell when he's lying or telling the truth? Of course I can, but this matter is top secret. Linny is normally quite confident and does everything with incredible ease. Or at least, that's how he wants everyone else to see him. So, when he runs into difficulties, he always wants to solve everything perfectly on his own. If this happens, please be sure to take good care of him. He is a delicate and gentle child, but also tends to belittle himself. Perhaps due to his previous experiences. Sometimes he feels like the antithesis of Linny. But since they're both family, when their opinions clash, I will bridge their differences. Oh. How Father expresses love, well, not everyone can accept it. But it is only because of Father that home can be called home.
Their performances are just fascinating, don't you think? They draw you into a magical world where, on one hand, everything that takes place is part of an elaborate deception, but on the other, All manner of miracles are possible if you are only willing to believe.
I'll admit that when I removed the House of the Heart's spies in the underworld, that was kind of an intentional provocation to the Fatui. But their only response was to send down a bunch of children. Was it because they truly saw those kids as disposable, or because they knew I wouldn't have it in me to let them come to serious harm?